right, all right, all right. Welcome back to No Filter MMA. This is your boy BJ back with another live stream. Guys, I'm back and I'm here to talk about some shit that went down. I'm here to talk about some shit that went down. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Your boy is back. Your boy is back. I couldn't go too long without coming in and hollering at my folks. I miss you guys. I miss you guys. What is going on in the land of the lay? Let me see here, guys. I'm just looking here, make sure I'm not missing anything. Any upcoming fights? I know we got Tisha Torres returning. Where the hell is Brianna Van Buren at? Like, where the hell is she at? Where the hell is Brianna Van Buren? I gotta get back on asking that question. Like, where this girl at, man? Let's see here. Yeah, Tabitha Ricci versus. I didn't put that picture up here for some reason. Tabitha fucking Ricci is fighting Tisha Torres, man. And I honestly, I don't know how to feel about that. Like, I don't know how to feel about Tabitha. What's up, Combo? What's going on, man? Yeah, Tabitha Ricci is fighting Tisha Torres, man. Like, I'm not sure how to feel about that. Like, I mean, I like the matchup, you know what I'm saying? And Tabitha Ricci, let me see, let me look at Tabitha Ricci's record. Like, let me look at both of their. I know Tisha Torres is she coming off a loss? I'm pretty. It's been so long since Tisha Torres fought, man. Yeah, Tabitha Ricci lost to Lupe Godinez, lost to Manon Fior, but she beat Jillian Robertson, beat Jessica Penne, beat Poliana Villana, and beat Maria Oliveira. So she's got a decent record in the UFC. She's only lost two fights in the UFC. She's 2-4, 4-2 in the UFC. So I can't be mad at Tabitha Ricci. Let me look at Tisha Torres. I'm pretty sure Tisha Torres is coming off of a loss. Then we know Tisha Torres had a baby. Let's see, Tisha Torres. Let's see what Tisha. Shouldn't her name be Tisha Pennington? Yeah, Tisha Torres lost to Mackenzie Dern. Um, that's right. That's right. That's right. Beat Angela Hill. Beat Sam Hughes. Beat Brianna Van Buren. Lost to Marina Rodriguez. Lost to Zhang Wei Li. Lost to Joanna Young Jacek. Lost to Jessica Andrade. Beat Michelle Waterson. Beat Juliana Lima. And beat Bet Rollins. Lost to Rose Namajunas. Beat Jocelyn Jones Labarger at UFC 194. Who the hell is Jocelyn Jones Labarger? Like, who is that? Then she beat Angela Hill two times. Beat Angela Magana, hallelujah. So two wins over Angela Hill. Okay. So Tisha Torres, to be honest, has only lost the top five. I think we've already established that. Like, she only loses a high level competition. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, her only losses, her losses. Let me see. Her only losses professionally in a sanctioned bout is Rose Namajunas, Jessica Andrade, Joanna Zhang Weili, Marina Rodriguez, and Mackenzie Dern. So if it's not a champion, it's a former champion. And if it's not a former champion, it's a top six, top five competitor. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Tisha Torres, she's just yet to, kind of break through. You know what I'm saying? She's yet to break through. If you look at it on paper, though, if you look at it on paper, she should beat Lupe Godinez. You know what I'm saying? Because she only loses to top level competition. She only loses to top level competition as we've seen so far. The lower level fighters, she's beat them. She's beat the lower level people. Let me go back and look at this one more time. Let me see. Yeah, see, she beats Angela Hill, beat Sam Hughes, beat Brianna Van Buren, uh, beat Michelle Waterson, Juliana Lima, Bet Rollins, like, yeah, and Angela Magana. Uh, you know, She does have a win over Rose Namajunas though, but that was back in Invicta. You know what I'm saying? So that was back in Invicta. That was way early in her career. She beat Paige Van Zant. You know what I'm saying? So she has some good wins on her record early on. So I kind of see where the hype for Tisha Torres came from. But man, Tisha Torres, she just can't beat. She can't beat that top level. You know what I'm saying? That top level competition, it really gives Tisha Torres problems. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's just where she struggles, and that's where she loses. Easy E, what's up, man? What's going on? What's going on? I know I ain't been live in a minute, so it's gonna take a minute for the notifications, people to realize that I'm actually live. But I did put it in the Discord. But yeah, so you got Tisha Torres versus Tabitha Ricci. I think Tisha Torres has been out. She had a baby. You know what I'm saying? So she's out on a loss. And Tabitha Ricci, Tabitha Ricci has has been looking decent. You know what I'm saying? That fight with Lupe Godinez, though, Tabitha Ricci, she definitely got beat pretty convincingly in that fight. If you ask me, like, that she got beat in that fight. Like, I thought she lost that fight for sure. I really thought Tisha was good enough to be champ back in the day. I mean, her record back in the day would make you think that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at people saying I'm not mad at all at people saying, I thought Tisha Torres was gonna be a champion. No, I get it. Tisha Torres had all the potential in the world to be the champion. It's just that, and she started fighting at high level competition, and Tisha Torres just couldn't keep up. But she is bouncing back. She is coming back. She is facing uh Tabitha Ricci. I think that Tisha Torres is fast and quick. Tabitha Ricci is fast and quick too, you know what I'm saying? But I think when and both of them, similar builds, what I'm saying, very very muscular tone. So the clinch situations are gonna be, the clinch situations are gonna be very interesting in this fight. When it comes down to strength for strength, these two really are gonna have to rely on some technique in this fight. They're gonna have to rely on some technique because the strength thing, I think, I don't know how Tisha's looking coming back, you know what I'm saying? But if Tisha looks the way she looked when she left, then it's going to come down to who's got the better technique, because they're both strong. As we seen, Jillian Robinson had trouble trying to take Tabitha Ricci down. And she's a stronger strawweight coming down from flyweight. So it's going to be interesting to see how they end up in the clinch. So I've been paying a lot of attention to clinch, and clinching is so much more important than what I thought it used to be. Clinching is so important. Let me see. Combo says I definitely felt Tisha would have been fighting for the belt back then. Yeah, for sure. Then along came Joanna and Wei Lee. Yeah, and the first Andrade. You know, and she lost to Andrade first. She lost to Andrade first. So she went there and got beat up by Jessica Andrade first. But yeah, guys. So let's talk about this Sam. First of all, Kelsey DeSantis let me down, man. Kelsey DeSantis let me down. Man. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Clarissa Shields get beat up in there, man, because she talked too much. You know what I'm saying? And Kelsey DeSantis, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what Kelsey DeSantis was in there doing, man. But I just feel like, I feel like when you get up to that kind of weight, though, for women's MMA, when you get up to that kind of weight, the talent is thin. You know what I'm saying? Like, the talent is thin. Well, this fight was at 155. You know what I'm saying? But Clarissa Shields couldn't make weight, so it ended up being at 165. And, like, those were some big women in that fight. Those were some big girls in there swinging. Like, they were. Like, Kelsey DeSantis and Clarissa Shields, those were some big girls in there, fighting and shit. And I thought, you know, I thought Kelsey DeSantis would be, savvy enough to go in there and beat Clarissa Shields, but she just couldn't, man. Like, she couldn't. Like, she was getting backed up to the cage, getting hit. Like, these girls can't let Clarissa Shields, like, tee off on them like that. Because if you let Clarissa Shields tee off on you, man, she gonna beat you up. Like, she gonna win the fight on points and on damage alone. Like, it was a close fight. Like, Kelsey DeSantis, if she would have got off some ground and pound when she, when she got those takedowns, if she was able to get off some good ground and pound, then maybe they could have swayed it in her way, man. But Clarissa Shields did a good job of blocking a lot of that stuff that DeSantis was trying to do on the ground. But man, I was hoping DeSantis came away with the win, man. Because I mean, Clarissa Shields is annoying. Like she really is annoying, and like it's like watching her fight like angers me. Like watching her fight MMA, like it angers me. Just how she like move and stuff. Like I don't know, something about the way she moved. Like I was glad to see Abigail Montez beat her ass. You know what I'm saying? Like I was glad to see Abigail Montez like ragdoll her. You know what I'm saying? Like get her down. You know what I'm saying? She was kicking like a damn toddler in there when Abigail Montez was pounding on her. Like when Abigail Montez was pounding on Christian Shields, her feet was kicking like a toddler, boy. It was funny. It was so funny to me. It was so funny to me, man. I don't understand how, but it was to me. It was funny. But I'm yawning way too early. It kind of. Anyways, we'll see where Clarissa Shields goes from here, and if she starts to actually face some real competition. I mean, like, the highest competition that she's faced in MMA was Abigail Montez, and Abigail Montez showed her. There's levels to this MMA game. You can't grapple, then I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you grappling. Let's test your grappling. Let's see what your grappling is made of. And even and Kelsey DeSantis came close to exposing that part of Clarissa Shields' game, but surprisingly enough, Clarissa Shields has good takedown defense and good sprawls and good defense on the ground. Like I mean, it is what it is. She's got good defense on the ground. How seriously do you think Clarissa is taking MMA? She looks like she's playing around to me. Let's see. I can't see some of your comment because this stupid heart that they put on him won't be long till she's exposed and gets back to boxing full time. Well, I think she's already been exposed. You know what I'm saying? I think Abigail Montez exposed her. Abigail Montez kept taking her down, controlling her on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Pressing her up against the cage. Like Abigail Montez did her thing in that fight. And she had some close moments when she took some big shots from Clarissa Shields, but Montez still was able to get the fight to the ground, was able to control her, and then there it is, there it was. Um, but let's talk about this Sam Hughes and Yasmin Jauregui fight, man. I was so disappointed. Uh I was so disappointed in Sam Hughes, man, because I like Sam Hughes. Combo has kind of made me like Sam Hughes for some reason. I don't know why, but Combo has made me like Sam Hughes. And let me see here. Okay, he's made me like Sam Hughes, and Sam Hughes has looked good in her last couple of fights. She's been out for a while. Um, I think she has some injuries. But Sam Hughes, let me look at her record because I get a little fuzzy when they've been out for a while. Yeah, like when she fought Elise, I think her best two showings in the UFC have been when she beat Estela Nunez and when she stopped Elise Reed. Like Sam Hughes was doing her thing, man. Like she was doing her thing in those two fights. Then she lost to Pierre Rodriguez. Then she came back and beat Jacqueline Amorium. And I was like, yeah, Sam back on the track. You know what I'm saying? Like Sam back on the winning track. And then she comes out here and loses again to Yasmin Jauregui. And I think the thing about Sam in this fight was Sam Sam Hughes is a pick your shotter type of person. She's a I don't know, she's a slower paced fighter. Like she's a much slower paced fighter than Yasmin Jauregui. And I knew that Jauregui would like Combo was saying, throw in combination, but I thought Sam would be able to stick a long jab because Sam Hughes has a great jab. Like she has one of the best jabs at 115. But sometimes I think she can become a little too dependent on that jab. And what's up, Marcus Bell? and she that wasn't her first MMA fight though. Her first MMA fight was what was that girl named Clarissa Shields fought the first time? Brittany Elkin. So that was her first MMA fight. Then she came out and fought Abigail Montez and lost. Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened. Yeah, her first fight was Brittany Elkin in MMA, and then she almost got submitted by Brittany Elkin, but she was able to take Brittany Elkin like pulled a Cat Zingano in that fight and just gave up, man, because Cat just gave up against Cyborg. And I hate to say that, but she did. And Brittany Elkin kind of gave up against Clarissa Shields. I think Clarissa Shields was too big for Brittany Elkin. I think Brittany Elkin is a featherweight. You know what I'm saying? And carrying that extra weight around, like Brittany Elkin got tired, man. I don't know what happened in that fight. Um, but Yasmin Harrigan, man, she put that speed and she put that pace on Sam Hughes. Now I gotta give Sam Hughes some credit. I have to give Sam Hughes credit because I feel like if Sam had more power, like if Sam was sitting down on some of those punches, I had to go back and watch the fight. But I feel like that's crazy, Easy. I can't believe Cat went out like that. I can't believe Cat went out like that, man. Like Cat didn't even get hit that much, and she went out like that. You know. But Cat landed a beautiful right hand on Cyborg. It just wasn't enough. She landed that kick, and then she, went for that, swung that right hand, and it landed. But Cat wasn't keeping it up, man. I don't know what happened. But she put that speed and that pace on Sam. But Sam Hughes, like I was saying, Sam Hughes was sticking a good jab in Yasmin Harrigan face. She was making her, deal with the jab, and then, but Sam was landing a. Sam was using some good footwork in some moments in that fight, and Sam was moving, what I'm saying, and landing that right hand. She would jab, move, throw the right hand. But Sam just didn't have that kind of power, man. Like she don't have that kind of pop on her punches. Like she was sitting down on those punches and it wasn't really doing anything. And I feel like as clean as Sam Hughes was hitting Yasmin Harrigan, if Sam had more power, yeah, easy. I don't want to say that yet. I want to see what she's made out of because in that fight with Leah McCourt, Cat had to dig deep in that fight, man, and she's still able to dig deep. Like she can still dig deep, and I like that. You know what I'm saying? But Cat, now if this was prime Cat, the result may have been different. But maybe Cat just can't take that kind of damage anymore. So maybe she just can't take that kind of power and deal with that kind of power anymore. But prime UFC Cat would have been. It probably, it could have been a different, or she still may have lost, but it could have been like a decision or something like that. You know, but and maybe Cyborg was maybe too big for Cat. Maybe Cyborg was too big for Cat. I don't know what happened in that fight, but Sam, Sam Hughes didn't have that kind of power to really hurt Yasmin Harrigan. Like nothing Sam did stop Yasmin Harrigan from coming forward. And Sam tried, there were good kicks. Sam was throwing good kicks. She was trying to get the fight to the ground. Sam just isn't that good at takedowns. Like she isn't like, I seen her go for the legs, go below the waist once, but then she kind of gave up on it. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Lolita, what's up? Smash that like button. I'm hoping Sam can bounce back, man, because Sam got a lot of losses in the UFC. She's got like 5 losses in the UFC. Like her first 3 fights in the UFC were losses, and then she bounced back. So losing is impaired. Losing resonates big with Sam Hughes, only because she started off so bad in the UFC. Like she started off so down in the UFC, and Sam, even though some of those fights were close, Sam just took the shit into the stick in a lot of her early UFC fights. And the question is, who does Sam fight next? Who does she fight next? I don't know who she fights next. Probably a rematch with somebody, maybe one of those close fights that she lost. She can get a rematch, maybe that Pierre Rodriguez rematch. Something. She needs something. to get her back on the horse, you know. And Sam got to pick up the pace in these fights. She can't let these girls outwork her. Sam is very technical. She's kind of like a Jeff Molina in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, uh, uh, the way Jeff Molina fights, you know, very technical, very high pace, even on his back foot, you know, he's jabbing, jabbing, moving, jabbing, jabbing, 1, 2, 1, 2, you know. So I want to see Sam just pick up the pace. Like, don't wait for your opponent to do stuff and then, you know, 8 minutes into a fight, Sam always finds herself playing catch up. I don't want to see Sam playing catch up in these fights. I want to see Sam dominating these fights. I want to see Sam Hughes outstriking these girls because I know she can outstrike a lot of girls in this division on the lower half of this division. I know Sam Hughes can outwork a lot of these girls because her overall skill set is so much better than so many people's. You know, but Sam just fights at such the she just fights at this slow pace, and you know, and she just I don't even know how to put it. You know, she fights at this slow pace, and it's like she doesn't 100% believe in herself, or it's like she doesn't want to overcommit for some reason. You know, she doesn't want to fully commit, not overcommit, but she doesn't want to fully commit to, you know, beating these people up, you know, and Sam can do it. Like she can outstrike. She can either, you know, be competitive or outstrike a lot of these girls. But I have to say she did do a good job, man. You know, she was fighting. Sam was fighting hard in this fight. You know, she was throwing good shots. It was just the speed and the footwork of Yasmin Jauregui. It was just too much for Sam. Like Sam just didn't have that kind of athleticism to really keep up with her, you know, and didn't really have the explosiveness to get the fight to the ground where Sam wanted it. If Sam's able to get the fight to the ground, Sam can win. She could have, you know, Sam's good at her top control is good, her top pressure is good. Like Sam can hold you down. Sam has good ground and pound. You know, I just hope Sam goes back to the drawing board and we see Sam Hughes come out strong next time. As long as it ain't against Jillian Robertson, then I can't go for Sam Hughes in that fight. You know, but Jillian's ranked, so hopefully Jillian will be fighting up. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah. So a couple of other fight announcements that I came across were, you know, the rematch between Macy Chiasson and Pannie Kianzad. You know, and I'm like, okay, Macy Chiasson is fighting Pannie Kianzad again. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't like this matchup. I do not like this matchup because we've seen this fight already. You know, but I mean I have to say it may be different. Things may be different because this fight took place at 145. And I think I added a picture of it, but at the weigh-ins, like you could just tell Pannie Kianzad it was just not a featherweight. Like you really could just tell that Pannie Kianzad was not a featherweight. Like she just didn't look like a featherweight. She was pudgy, you know, and she seemed slow in there, like carrying that extra weight. You know, I just didn't like Pannie at 145 because Pannie is not a 45er. You know, and I know for sure that if Pannie had won that season, the Ultimate Fighter, Pannie would not have stayed at 45. She couldn't have. There was no way Pannie can even be competitive in there with somebody like Felicia Spencer, you know what I'm saying, or Norma Dumont. Like I don't even think that Pannie just and that's based just on size alone, not skill, but size alone. Because in that fight with Macy Chasson, she was outmatched due to the size of Chasson. And we know that at 45, Chasson is massive. Chasson is massive at 45. She's bigger than most 45ers. You know, she's tall, bigger than Norma Dumont. So now we're seeing this fight again, you know what I'm saying, at 35. And I, you know, maybe this swings better in Pannie Kianzad's way because Pannie Kianzad doesn't have to cut as much weight as Macy Chasson. We know what these weight cuts do are doing to Macy Chasson. We know what they do to Macy. These weight cut like Macy is vulnerable in these, you know, in these 35 fights. She's very vulnerable because she has to shed so much weight to get down to the weight. So Penny Kianzad is gonna have to learn from the mistakes that because she got submitted, she got beat up on the feet and submitted in this fight against in that fight against Macy Chasson. So maybe Penny Kianzad learned from her mistakes, learned from those mistakes, got in there, went back to the gym, watched that first fight, and figured out what it is she done wrong. See, the problem with Penny, is Penny is so boxer heavy. You know what I'm saying? And Macy Chasson has good striking, but Macy can take you down and submit you as well. Very well rounded skill set from Chasson. So I wonder if that's the route that Macy Chasson is going to take again in a fight with Penny. Is she going to clinch Penny up and try to take Penny to the ground? I'm trying to figure out what's the route to victory for Penny Kianzad. And I feel the same way about Penny as I feel like as I feel about Sam Hughes. I like them. They have a good skill set. I want to see them do well, but it never quite works out for those fighters. So I'm trying to figure out what kind of strategy does Penny Kianzad employ in this rematch against Macy Chasson. What's up, Efrain Gonzalez? What's going on, man? Combo Breaker says weight cut definitely affects her performances. Yes, it does. And if you look at Macy at 45 when she fought Norma Dumont, she was able to absorb those big punches from Norma and bounce back and win the fight, which I think that the fight should have went to Norma Dumont. I thought Norma Dumont did more damage than Macy in that fight. She had Macy hurt, man. Like she had Macy hurt at the end of that third round. But I just wonder what kind of strategy that Penny's gonna try to go out here and execute against Macy Chasson because Chasson, this for one, they know how each other is, how each other feels in there. You know what I'm saying? They know, and Chasson is gonna know what she's got to do to beat Penny Kianzad, especially when she's already beat her. My thing with Chasson and Kianzad is with this being at 35. I'm thinking one of the best keys to victory for Penny Kianzad is to attack Macy Chasson's body. Attack the body. You know what I'm saying? She looks weak at 35. Chasson looks kind of weaker at 35. In the midsection looks soft and it's vulnerable and it's big, like it's open to be smashed. Penny Kianzad being a good boxer, good kickboxer, she needs to attack the body of Chasson. Slow Chasson down, take her down, and make it miserable for her in there. It's the only way for that, and not take her down, because I don't see Penny taking her down. But hurt her to the body, clinch her up, knees to the body, and wear Chasson down. So therefore, the range and the size and the strength are less factors coming from Chasson because those are the things that Kianzad struggled with in the first fight. Was the size and the range and the power and the grappling, and the strength of Chasson. But if she can wear Chasson down early, man, attack that body early, um, slow Chasson down, maybe she can, pull out a victory here. And Macy Chasson, she just has to be smart, be cautious. She already knows how to beat uh Penny Kianzad, so a lot of rematches right here in 2024 starting off. You just had Brian Ortega versus Yair Rodriguez. Now you're gonna have Macy Chasson, Penny Kianzad. Then you're gonna have Valentina versus Alexa Grasso. Now you got Joanne Calderwood versus Marina Moreau. Um, I'm trying to see if is there any other rematches on the horizon. I can't think of any. Um, yeah, so then you have that going on. But we'll see, man. We'll see how this fight turns out. Either one of them winning, like I don't really know what would be next for them. Maybe like a Misha Tate. Like if Penny can win, maybe we'll get Penny Kianzad versus Misha Tate or Macy Chasson versus Misha Tate. If whichever one of them win, that's a, or or like a we might even get like a Pani versus Yana Kunitskaya or Chasson versus Kunitskaya. I would love to see that. Um, I think the Chasson Kunitskaya fight is much more. I think I would like that fight more than Pani Kunitskaya. I would like to see. I would like to see Chasson versus Kunitskaya for sure. Uh, that's a good fight. It's going to come down to who's stronger in that fight. Clinch wise, who's stronger because we know Yana gonna go straight for that clinch. Like Yana gonna throw some strikes, and she's gonna look for that clinch so she can wear you down in that clinch, get you down. Get you against that cage, knees to the body, get you down. You know what I'm saying, and do what it is that she does. Um, but we shall see. I don't think that there's really big implications on this fight. Um, I think this is just kind of a where are you at fight. You know what I'm saying, for this division. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's move on to the next slide here. Let's see what I got for you. Oh, that's just the Sam and Yasmin fight. Another rematch, guys. I'm gonna run through these. I'm not gonna be on here long tonight. Another rematch. You got Joanne Calderwood versus Marina Moroz. This is another rematch. Um, oh, this is another rematch here. Uh, I'm pretty sure that Marina Moroz won the last one. Um, if I can remember right. But this right here let us know. I think Joanne Calderwood. If let me know if I'm wrong. Combo, am I wrong? Didn't Joanne Calderwood say she's gonna retire after this fight? Uh, I'm pretty sure she said she was gonna retire after this fight. I'm pretty sure that's what she said. But I'm looking forward to this fight. I'm looking to see what time has done for Joanne Calderwood. Who knows? If Joanne Calderwood comes in here and looks good against Marina Moroz, you know what I'm saying, and beats Marina Moroz, maybe that'll light a fire back onto Joanne Calderwood. But Joanne Calderwood, very similar to Sam Hughes, very slow paced fighter. Doesn't attack, doesn't go after it. Just kind of is comfortable just striking and then just kind of sitting back and seeing. Oh, I'm gonna see how the pace of this fight goes. So I'm gonna see what happens. Joanne Calderwood doesn't really go after people. She's comfortable winning a 30-27 or what I'm saying? She's comfortable going to decision, and that's kind of been the Achilles heel for Joanne Calderwood. Just very slow paced, very slow activity fighter. And it's worked against Joanne Calderwood tremendously. And Joanne Calderwood, all the potential in the world. I see what Combo sees in Joanne Calderwood. I see it. I know it's there. But Joanne Calderwood, man, she don't go after it. Maybe she lost that spark, or maybe she never had that spark. I think she had it at one point, but Joanne just she don't go after people, man. She doesn't attack people. But then again, to play devil's advocate, neither does Marina Moroz. Marina Moroz is content to stand in there. You know what I'm saying? But Marina Moroz, at least we've seen Marina Moroz go after finishes. We've seen Marina Moroz get finishes. We've seen her hurt people. We've seen her submit people. You know, so the question is Joanne Calderwood going to be somebody else that Marina Moroz submits? I don't see Marina Moroz knocking her out. This is a 50-50 fight. If you want me to be 100% honest, this is this is a 50-50 fight. I think whoever loses get their papers. You know, because neither one of these girls have come close to winning a fight. Recently in recent times, they haven't. Neither one of them have really come close to winning a fight. So it's like, who's the better of the two here? Like who should we keep? Maybe they're fighting. And I've seen fighters win and still get cut. I've seen fights that were made for people to get cut, for both of them to get cut. Randa Marcos got cut. Oh, JoJo says she'll retire anyway. Yeah. I mean, I think it's. I mean, I hate to say it, man, because Joanne Calderwood's been around for a long time. I like Joanne Calderwood, but and I like her gameness to fight anybody. But man, it's just something's not there. Like she don't like, she's kind of suffering from that Rory McDonald syndrome, where they don't really have that fire to go out there and hurt people anymore. I hate that, man. This loser gets fired. This loser gets fired match like WWE and WCW. LOL. That's true. I think JoJo at one plus 150 is gold. Yeah, but she can pull it out. I'm not gonna say she can't pull it out. Joanne Calderwood can win this fight, man. She can win this fight. Because Marina Moroz, but you got to be careful with Marina Moroz. You got to be careful with Moroz, not to go to the ground with Moroz, not to get too wrapped up in a grappling match with Moroz, because that is where she can expose Joanne Calderwood. Because Joanne Calderwood, her submission defense is non-existent. Like it's not even there. Like she doesn't know how to defend on the ground to save her life. If you're a decent submission artist, you can submit Joanne Calderwood. And you would think after all this time, maybe she learned some tricks, that can help her out, but she gets submitted, man. She gets finished and she gets beat and she gets dominated, and just only that makes me only think about what that fight with Valentina would have looked like. Like what would that fight with Valentina have actually looked like with her and Joanne Calderwood? It would have been a massacre in there. That was a massacre. That was a massacre waiting to happen. That might have been worse than the Priscilla fight, but I think she would have folded quicker than Priscilla. I think Joanne Calderwood would have folded quicker than Priscilla. Because Priscilla was like, nah. Priscilla was like, nah, oh, I ain't going nowhere. You have to beat me to death. She said, you're gonna have to beat me to death. He says it's crazy how fast WMMA has evolved. I can't remember the last time I saw Calderwood look decent against anyone. Like, I know, man. Let me look up Joanne Calderwood's record. Joanne Calderwood. Let's see. Let's see. JoJo got a funny looking head. Let's see. Oh, that's right. She did beat Luana Carolina, but it was split decision. She lost to Alexa Grasso. Lost to. She got finished by Grasso. Finished by Tyler Santos. Split decision. Lost to Lauren Murphy. She beat Jessica I. Lost to Jennifer Maya. Got submitted by Maya. Uh, barely beat Andrea Lee. Catelyn Chukagian. Uh, beat Ariane Lipsky. Kalindra Faria. Where is Kalindra Faria? Lost to Calvillo. Lost to. Where was it? When was she supposed? I'm trying to figure out when the hell was she supposed to get that title? Oh, she was supposed to get that title shot after she lost. After she beat Jessica I. That's crazy. She was win loss win loss. She was loss loss win win loss win loss win, and was gonna get a title shot. What? She beat Jessica I by decision. She lost to Jennifer Maya by armbar. Beat Jessica I by decision, and was gonna get a title shot. That's crazy. Like she was actually going to get a fucking title shot. Like she actually had the title shot. Like that's crazy. Yeah, combo. Yeah, yeah, man. Like it just never. Like I don't know, man. And you know, like I said, I like Joanne Calderwood. But I just feel like Joanne Calderwood. She just done lost some spark, man. She just done lost some spark. And Marina Moroz, if Marina Moroz is determined, what I'm saying, and she's ready and she's prepared, what I'm saying, and she's got some fire behind her ass, she can go out here and beat Joanne Calderwood. She can go out here and beat Joanne Calderwood and keep her job in the UFC. Because I feel like Marina Moroz is hanging on by threads, with the inactivity coupled with the losses in her last few fights, getting outclassed by Jennifer Maya, saying losing to you losing the rematch to to Karine Silva. It's just not looking good for Marina Moroz right now. So let's hope that Marina Moroz makes it to this fight. She seems like nowadays she actually wants to get in there and fight. So let's see what Marina Moroz does. Um, maybe we can get a good result out of Moroz. Maybe we can start to see who Moroz is, because everybody was hyping Moroz at one point. When she moved up to flyweight, like, everybody was like, "Oh, okay." Like Marina Moroz is up here. Marina Moroz has good striking, good submissions, which she does, but it hasn't translated to flyweight. Like it really hadn't translated to flyweight. Maybe she needs to go back down to strawweight. But she used to look bad at strawweight though. Like when Marina Moroz would cut weight, she looked bad at strawweight. But maybe things can turn around at flyweight. And let me tell y'all something about Marina Moroz, her OnlyFans, like the pictures that she posts online. Listen, this she got on so much makeup and shit. Like the pictures that we see, that's not Marina Moroz. Like that's not the real Marina Moroz. The real. I like girls who. I mean, I respect girls who look the same on their social media than they do in real life. Not the same, but you know they don't have to do a whole lot to make themselves look a certain way. And I tell you, Marina Moroz is doing a whole lot to make herself look that way. You know, Carbo, anybody can learn defense. Who said anything about mastering it? It's a mental thing and discipline. Yeah, yep, you're right. JoJo was slow and stiff, and she can't master the defense just naturally. Oh, okay, that combo was responding to that. Yeah. I feel you. But it just is what it is with her, man. Like I just got to see what she gonna do, man. Cause it's damn near embarrassing seeing Joanne fight. Like seeing her fight is damn near embarrassing. This fight is also coming up. We've talked a lot about this fight right here. Title implications I do think are on the line here. You know what I'm saying? Like, the winner of this fight could be fighting for the number one contender. Their next fight could be a number one contender fight. Most definitely could be a number one contender fight. So, like I said, I've already talked about that. I didn't want to bring that up. I didn't want to talk too much about this fight because we've already hit this fight too. We've already broke this shit down plenty of times. I should know. I trained some folks. Combo, combo with the sneak diss. Combo with the sneak diss. Combo breaking 99 with the sneak diss. He said, I know, I train people, bro. Like, you ain't got to try to tell me what's going on. I know what's going on. Oh, boy. Y'all wrong for that. Leave Combo alone, man. Leave Combo alone. All right, so let's move on here, guys. I don't have a whole lot on here. Of course, we talked about that. Oh, I do want to talk about. That's all the pictures I got up there, but I do want to talk about whether or not the UFC is going to rebook that Amanda Lemos and Tatiana Suarez fight. Like, I really hope they rebook that fight. Corey McKenna has a fight coming up too. I really want to see that fight with Lemos and Suarez. Like, I want to see if Suarez can take Lemos out, or would the power of Lemos be a factor in this fight? You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be a factor, but it might be a factor. Like she might hurt Suarez. You never know because Lemos is fast with it. She might hurt Suarez. Um, so I want to see how that fight's gonna go as well. I want to see how all of this stuff is gonna go. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I want to see how this stuff is going to go because the title picture at 115 is finally starting to ramp up again. Is Wei Lee fighting anybody? Is anybody booked to fight Wei Lee? Is Wei Lee not booked to fight nobody? Is she? I can't remember. I can't. No, I'm trying to think. No, she's not really booked to fight anybody, right? So I think is Wei Lee booked to fight? Oh, Yan Xiaonan. Yeah, that's right. That's right. She is. She fighting Yan Xiaonan. That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yan Xiaonan. So yeah, so maybe if she beats Yan Xiaonan, um, if she beats Yan Xiaonan, maybe they that'll be the result of I mean, if Wei Li can beat Yan Xiaonan, which I'm sure she probably would, uh, the winner of this fight of Suarez Lemos, if they rebook that fight, will most definitely be the person that fights for the belt next. So the title picture at 115 is starting to get a little hot too, because now you have a possible rematch with Amanda Lemos, who just fought Mackenzie Dern, beat Mackenzie Dern in a bounce back fight. Um, I want to see some fresh meat though. I'd rather see Tatiana versus Wei Lee, and I'm starting to think that that's the fight that everybody wants to see. Everybody wants to see Tatiana Suarez finally get her title shot. Finally get her title shot and see if she can be what everybody, you know, pretty much thought that she would be before she got injured. Being everyone thought that she was the uncrowned champ. I still think in a lot of ways that Suarez still is the uncrowned champ. Because we know that if Suarez had stayed healthy, she would be champion. She probably would have beat Joanna. She probably would have beat Jessica Andrade. Well, she would have beat Jessica Andrade. And she probably would have beaten she probably would, is probably going to beat John Wei Lee. But man, we missed out on Joanna versus Tatiana Suarez because I wanted to, because those two really could have tested each other. Those two really could have pushed each other to the limit because Suarez and Joanna are the complete opposite of each other. The absolutely complete opposite of each other. Suarez's Suarez's game is to take Tat. It would have been to take Joanna down and smother her and dominate her. Joanna's game is to keep her on the feet, tap her up, beat her by decision, or knock her out, or whatever, head kick, knockout, whatever. That was what Joanna's game plan would have been. Two complete opposite styles getting in the cage together would have been wild. That's the fight we really missed out on for sure. That's the fight we really missed out on. But yeah, for sure. Let's see here. Winky had the flu, though he might have fought Sam Sullivan. That night he fought Sam Sullivan. I don't know who you're talking about. Oh, he's a boxer. Winky Wink had the ugliest stance I ever saw in boxing. uh, Joanna would have had her wrestled. Oh, Ephraim. Oh, oh. You think Joanna would put Tatiana Suarez down? Oh my goodness. Joanna say the difference I think would have been too much for Suarez, and she would have pressured her a lot. I don't think Suarez could have handled her pace. That's the thing, though. Yeah, that's the thing that if that's why that fight was so intriguing because the question is, we know how good Tatiana Suarez's takedowns are. But on the flip side, we also know how good Suarez is. I mean, we don't know how good Joanna's takedown defense is. So I mean, I'm just hypothetically looking at how this fight could have played out. Like, what if Suarez, the whole first round shot takedown after takedown, trying to get Joanna down, and Joanna just finds a way to stay on her feet. Joanna, if you look at Joanna when people were trying to take her down, she was doing a lot of things in there with her feet.
moving, when when she would get tipped off balance, she would run her feet to that side so that she stayed upright, while digging the underhook and trying to get people off of her. Like Joanna did a lot of good stuff in that cage when they came to people trying to take her down. It's not for no reason that people talk about her takedown defense. We've seen it in full action. People who should have been able to take Joanna down have some of them have not been able to take her down, and people who should be able to keep her down sometimes can't keep her down. It's just how it goes. So, but really, that's the fight. That's the fight that we missed out on because what if, what if Suarez's wrestling was too much for Joanna? What if Joanna's striking was too much, and her striking and movement and stuff was too much for Tatiana Suarez? That fight would all come down to who implements their game plan better. Who's more dominant with what they do. So
Yeah, Suarez would have to get her down clean though. Backing her up against the cage won't get it. Yeah, that's not gonna do it. Putting pressure on Joanna. Joanna wants you to put. Joanna wanted people to put pressure on her, so her footwork will come into play. She can criticize her poor head movement, lack of footwork, since she's athletic as fuck. Yeah, you want to take that out of here, all right? Yeah, man, that's the fight we really missed out on for sure. We really missed out on that one. But anyways, guys, yeah, I just want to do a quick hour on here. I am exhausted, guys. I am falling asleep talking to y'all. I am so exhausted. Y'all just don't understand. Like I am exhausted. I am tired, and I'm tired every night around this time. Um, but I did want to jump on and just talk real quick. It's crazy. I literally, y'all don't understand. Like I'm literally falling asleep right now. You know, I'm just worn out. But yeah. So a lot of good stuff coming. Let's hope that Sam Hughes can bounce back, get her a win, give her some confidence. Because when Sam Hughes is winning, like when she's winning, when she's coming off of a win, she fights really well. Like Sam Hughes does a lot of good things. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, like she does a lot of good things anyways. But the confidence is so much better for her. When she's fighting these fights after coming off of a win, when she's got some momentum, Sam Hughes fights really well, very technical. And some girls, it's very frustrating to those girls to fight Sam Hughes because they're getting jabbed up or whatever you may have it. Um, so it just kind of is what it is. But let's hope she bounces back, and gets a good win, and maybe we can see her progress forward in the division. Man, I want to see that. I want to see Sam Hughes do well. I want to see her move up into the rankings. I want to see that. I want to see her get back some of these close fights that she lost. Fights that I clearly thought she won. But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. Uh, if you're talking about the no, I'm talking about the JJ who fought Jauregui Lee the second time. Well, that's what you just said. That's what made me think that. Like I'm thinking Prime Joanna, man, the one that took out Valerie Laternio, the one that took out, Tisha Torres, stuff like that. Prime Joanna. He said Marcus put that gin down. Yes, we're talking about peak JJ. I ain't talking about post post retirement JJ. Thick JJ. Boy, JJ show was looking good on Instagram. Oh, what a beautiful woman. You can say what you want about Joanna, but she's beautiful. But anyways, guys, I'm getting off of here. I am so tired, guys. I promise I will be back. I will be back. I promise. I just want to go over some things, some upcoming fights, and how I felt about that fight this past weekend. But we need first of all, we need more WMMA fights per card. We need at least three WMMA fights per card because that you got people like me, Combo, WMMA scene now, Coach.
DJC Combat. Like you got people that's out here talking about this stuff. Talking about women's MMA specifically, shedding light on women's MMA, giving interviews to WMMA fighters. Um, you, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I'm sleepy. I'm sleepy. oh, you should put more cards. You should put more fights on the cards because that's giving us more to talk about. That's bringing more light and more attention to WMMA. It's so frustrating to only see one WMMA fight on a card, especially on a fight night. You know what I'm saying? Like you got one, two, three divisions of females. Like let's make some fights and put them on these cards and put three female fights per card. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyways, guys, I am sleepy as hell. Uh, uh, yeah, but she was able to the Laternio fight. She was able to really come back and really get into the groove with Laternio. Valerie Laternio was a solid fighter. I don't care what anyone says. People, trash Valerie Laternio. Oh, she was garbage. No, Valerie Laternio was not garbage. Valerie Laternio was a solid fucking fighter who deserves to fight for the belt at that time. So yeah, Valerie Laternio challenged for the UFC belt, challenged for the Bellator belt, and she was just older. She was part of that first wave. She was part of that first wave of WMMA fighters to fight on the big stage. So and she was doing well in that fight against Joanna. She was doing well in that fight. Yep, she gassed out. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I'm not too bought in on the atomweight division, which I do. I think it was Loma Luke Boomy who was saying something about the atomweight division. But yeah, man, I mean, if you're gonna do it, then let's do it. Like if you don't, I'm not rallying for an atomweight division, but if you're gonna do it, you got the fighters to fill it in. You know what I'm saying? You've got fighters to make it work. Like I said, Loma Luke Boomy, Tabitha Ricci, Angela Hill, like these girls can go down to atomweight. These girls can go down to atomweight and probably win and look better. So, but we'll see. Anyways, guys, just a quick live stream tonight to do like some recaps and upcoming things going on. You know, Sam Hughes fought her ass off this weekend, but came up short. So I gotta still give her respect for that. Uh, but it is what it is, man. Maybe Sam can bounce back, but I really hope they don't release Sam Hughes. Like give her a couple more chances to get some wins under her belt. So we'll see, guys. Anyways, this is your boy BJ back from No Filter MMA. Drop those comments. Great benefactor, what's up? Drop those comments in the comment section. Hit that like, hit that dislike. And if you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Your boy is out.